Hey Chris, it's Bruce Kulick here. Well, shout it out loud from Kiss. You know every Kiss song. We'll get to that in a minute. But of course, that's a wonderful way to start this cameo shout out to you for your big birthday. And it's from Paula, your wife, okay? Paula's very sweet to do this. You have a birthday on January 2nd. I think you're a Capricorn, okay? My wife's not far from that, actually. Huge Kiss fan, and you appreciate the BK. Lisa, my wife, calls me BK too. A lot of other names, but they're all fun names, okay? Now, a couple things that I didn't realize about you, Chris, of course, besides being a massive Kiss fan, is that you self-published, through Amazon, which is wonderful, a book From Strutter to Last Chance, Finding the Good in 250 Kiss Songs. That's wonderful, okay? I love when someone takes their passion or their hobby, their interest, their love of something, and then gets creative with it. And I know my wife took a look at the book and she was reading, some things from the description. So I really, Kiss, I have to admit that a lot of people who don't get Kiss don't think the music's really that interesting or that creative. And we all know that's true, that it is very interesting and it's very creative and it's amazing. Why would we have so many fans? Why would this be such an iconic band? Why would they get the Kennedy Honors, the Hall of Fame? And for over 50 years now, people are celebrating the group. And I'm just so happy I'm one part of history in certain 12 years, I'm sure you're aware. But even when I've had to do like fantasy camps where people, maybe Paula Jean is a special guest and we come in and everybody learns some songs, I have other counselors coming to me like, I don't understand this part. Can you show me how this goes, So I just think that joke of kiss means, keep it simple, stupid is so wrong. So I like the fact that your book delves into what the songs mean to you and the fact that they are really well written. Obviously, there's lyrics that are silly, I'm going to go right through you like a knife through butter or whatever, and there's some of them are sexual, innuendos, how I say, which is okay. Again, the band wasn't supposed to be, taken super seriously when they're not trying to do some highbrow art, okay? So it's a rock and roll group, and that means you're going to get wild and crazy. A lot of the blues stuff that all these great bands came out of that did rock and roll actually were saying things in poetic ways sexually, okay? Anyway, let me play a little bit to help congratulate you on this 53rd birthday. How about a little Crazy Nights? Asylum had great songs. Some of them were a little tongue-in-cheek, like All Night. And of course, there's Who Wants to Be Lonely and Tears Are Falling, which are more related to a relationship and very emotional tunes, actually. Really popular. The Asylum record is really getting a lot of attention with its 40th anniversary not long ago, so that's pretty cool. My Whole Era will be explored along with Alive and Dressed to Kill and all the other great product that came 10 years earlier, there's no doubt. Going through my catalog again, there's stuff like Hide Your Heart. Tune sometimes, right? That song, Hide Your Heart, was covered by other artists, which was really interesting. Also on that record's Forever, which is such a beautiful song written with Michael Bolton and Paul Stanley. So there's little highlights throughout my career, especially. How about a little bit of Domino? A lot of great riffs on Revenge, one of my favorite records from the band. And I love when we did a live 3, we were able to do, you know, like Watching You and older material as well, Creatures in the Night. Great stuff. The catalog of Kiss is solid. So I think that's a really cool thing that you did something with all the songs of the band. Just today, I happened to be listening. Someone sent me a re-EQ'd, remastered Carnival of Souls. So I popped it in my small stereo in my office and I was listening. And then, of course, When I Walk Alone came up. I like that record a lot. I was listening and just remembering how interesting it was to even be part of, you know, doing the lead vocals on a song, which was really cool. Not that I'm a singer anywhere near anything that Gene and Paul have been known for. They're such great singers. So I'm going to wrap this up with the best anthem from my era, I always felt, which wasn't really written by Gene and Paul. You know, it was a redo, but the way Bob Ezrin and Gene and Paul approached God Gave Rock and Roll to You was awesome. Hence it ending their last show, and then they introduced the Avatars. So let me play a little bit of that. So Chris, have a wonderful birthday. I'm real proud of you with your love of Kiss, and just be healthy and Happy New Year, of course. So I wish you all the best in 2026. So from Las Vegas, it's Bruce Kulick. Take care.